Once upon a time, in the land of humans, a great drought ravaged the world. The rivers dried up, the fields cracked, and famine spread across the land. The cause of this suffering was not nature's doing, but the greed of Phaya Thane, the mighty ruler of the heavens who controlled the rain. Phaya Thane sat upon his golden throne in the clouds, surrounded by countless celestial servants. With a single command, he could summon storms, gentle showers, or raging tempests. Yet, he grew arrogant and demanded grand tributes from the people every year before granting them rain. "You owe your lives to me," Phaya Thane declared. "Without my rain, you are nothing but dust in the wind." Year after year, humans gathered the most precious offerings, gold, silk, rare gemstones, and even their most cherished possessions, to appease Phaya Thane. But no matter how much they sacrificed, the rain god was never satisfied. If he found their offerings unworthy, he withheld the rain, letting the land wither and people perish. The suffering of humanity deepened. The earth was parched, animals fell, and villages turned to dust. People were desperate, yet none dared challenge Phaya Thane's tyranny. Then, one fateful night, under the glow of the full moon, a wondrous event occurred. In the last remaining pond, a bright star fell from the sky, crashing into the water. The next morning, the villagers found a strange, shimmering egg resting upon a lotus leaf. The village elder declared, "This is a divine omen. Perhaps the heavens have sent us a savior." Days passed, and on the third night of the full moon, the egg cracked open. From within emerged a peculiar creature, a toad, but unlike any other. Its golden skin gleamed like the morning sun, and ancient symbols shimmered upon its back. Its eyes shone like jewels, filled with wisdom beyond its years. The villagers named it Kankak, the toad. But as they witnessed its intelligence and strength, they honored it with the title Phaya Kankak, the Toad King. Phaya Kankak grew rapidly, far faster than an ordinary toad. Within a week, it was fully grown, observing and learning the ways of humans. Strangely, the pond where it dwelled never dried up, even as the rest of the land withered. One day, Phaya Kankak heard the cries of a young girl fetching water. She wept as she spoke to her grandmother, "Why must we suffer? Why does Phaya Thane refuse to give us rain? My father is sick from hunger, and my little brother cries all day because we have no food." Hearing this, Phaya Kankak felt a great sorrow. It had watched the suffering of humans long enough and realized that it was time for change. That night, the Toad King summoned all the creatures of the earth, centipedes, scorpions, ants, dragonflies, and many more. It spoke with great determination, "We are all part of nature, just as humans and Phaya Thane are. But the rain god has forgotten his duty. He has used his power to bring suffering instead of balance. It is time to restore justice." The creatures pledged their loyalty to Phaya Kankak. Together, they prepared for a great battle against the tyranny of Phaya Thane. The next day, Phaya Kankak declared to the villagers, "I will journey to the heavens to face Phaya Thane and demand the freedom of the rain." The villagers were shocked and feared for the Toad King's safety. But Phaya Kankak stood firm. Rain belongs to nature, not to one being's greed. Before departing, the villagers performed a sacred ritual for good fortune. As they chanted, a golden light radiated from Phaya Kankak, making the symbols on its back glow even brighter. The village elder gasped, recognizing the markings as celestial runes of immense power. With the blessings of the people, Phaya Kankak set off, leading an army of Earth's creatures. Dragonflies guided the way, centipedes and scorpions marched behind, and fire ants formed a mighty force. The heavens trembled as the toad and its army ascended to the sky. At the gates of heaven, Phaya Thane's guards laughed at the sight of a mere toad daring to challenge their master. But when Phaya Kankak revealed its divine markings, they hesitated and dared not block its path. Word quickly reached Phaya Thane, who, amused by the idea of a toad seeking an audience, allowed it to enter. Seated upon his towering throne, Phaya Thane sneered, a lowly toad dares to challenge me? What right do you have to speak before a god? Phaya Kankak stood undeterred. Rain is the lifeblood of all beings. It should not be controlled by greed. I demand that you release it to fall freely upon the earth. Phaya Thane's laughter rumbled like thunder. You are bold, but foolish. If you think you are worthy, let fate decide. He produced a magical crystal sphere, swirling with clouds. This will determine who commands the rain. If it rolls toward me, I shall rule as I always have. But if it rolls toward you, I will release the rain forever. Phaya Kankak accepted. The sphere was placed upon the ground, and Phaya Thane used his power to nudge it toward himself. But the celestial markings on Phaya Kankak's back glowed, countering Phaya Thane's trickery. The sphere wavered, then rolled towards the Toad King. Gasps filled the heavenly court. Some of Phaya Thane's own followers whispered in awe. But the god refused to accept defeat. Enraged, he roared, I will not be bested by a mere toad. If you wish to take the rain, then fight for it. Thus began a battle that shook the heavens. Phaya Thane summoned lightning and hurled hailstones the size of fists. But Phaya Kankak was quick, dodging every attack. The Toad King called upon the power of nature, summoning a mighty surge of water from its sacred pond. The heavens trembled. Phaya Thane, refusing to surrender, summoned a whirlwind to scatter Phaya Kankak's forces. But the insects and creatures fought bravely. Centipedes bit the ankles of the celestial warriors, scorpions struck with their venom, and fire ants swarmed the sky. Realizing his power was slipping, Phaya Thane tried one final lightning strike. But at that moment, the symbols on Phaya Kankak's back shone brighter than ever, reflecting the lightning back upon Phaya Thane himself. Weakened and defeated, he stumbled back. With one last surge of power, Phaya Kankak unleashed a great jet of sacred water, washing away Phaya Thane's control over the clouds. The skies, once bound by his will, were now free. For the first time in years, rain poured onto the earth. Villagers danced with joy as the dry land turned lush once more. Phaya Thane, humbled, acknowledged his defeat. I have lost, he admitted. But the rain is still tied to the heavens. If humans wish for it to fall in due season, they must send a signal to remind me. Phaya Kankak agreed, and so the villagers created the Bung Fai festival, launching fire rockets into the sky as a signal to Phaya Thane. From that day forward, rain came as it should, and the land remained fertile. Thus, the legacy of the Toad King lived on, a symbol of courage, justice, and balance in the natural world. The end.